Hey guys, today I'm going to give you a summary and my thoughts about Chainsaw Man Chapter 119. So there are spoilers ahead, you have been warned. Chainsaw Man Chapter 119 wastes no time whatsoever and begins as Asa asks Denji what precisely the house rules are. Denji begins by asking her not to open any other door than the one to his home. Asa says that's common sense and asks Denji not to be ridiculous. They take off their shoes, enter his house, and Asa notices his room, which also has far chart of Denji and Nayuta. Anyways, Denji moves on to tell her the second rule, which is not to open his fridge. The current chapter yet again sees Asa treat this as a commonplace courtesy, eliciting a similar response from Denji as with the first rule. He then tells her the third rule, calling it the most important one. However, he first gives context to who Nayuta is, calling her a huge problem child with an extreme personality. He then reveals the third rule, which states that Asa must never make out with Denji in front of her. Asa looks shocked at this, instantly saying that there's no way she'll make out with him, and that's not why she came over to his house. He says he knows that, but one thing might lead to another, prompting Asa to interrupt by saying, "In your dreams." Asa goes on to make it clear that she doesn't like Denji but instead hates him. Chainsaw Man Chapter 119 continues as Asa goes on to say that, just like Denji's house rules, she has rules on her own, and disobeying whom can lead to death. She advises him to stay away from her or he might end up dead. Asa says she went on a date with him only cause she needed a distraction and she'll leave after the movie. They continue to watch the film while Denji feels used and starts to wonder what he did wrong and why Asa doesn't like him. Just like a dog in the movie, Denji thinks that he stinks, and even though he started liking Asa, she doesn't like him. However, it's no longer Asa who Denji is hanging out with, as Yuro is known to be in control of the pair's shared body. Yuro is now staring Denji in the eyes, then approaches him and kisses him. As they make out, she places her hand on his head, seemingly preparing to use her weaponization powers on him. Suddenly, Dogs bursts in and starts licking Denji, as we can see that Nayuta has returned from the walk. Nayuta proceeds to call Asa a thief and shoots a chain right through her forehead. The chapter ends as a chain is seen bursting out of Nayuta's finger, bursting in front of Yuro's skull and seemingly coming out of the back of it as well. The chapter's release also unfortunately announces another 1 week break for the series, possibly even indicating a return to bi-weekly serialization by Fujimoto. While the apparent return to bi-weekly serialization is certainly disappointing, Chapter 119 is otherwise phenomenal. The chapter is made even more interesting by Nayuta's appearance, Yuru's ongoing effort to turn Denji into a weapon, and Nayuta's apparent use of her controlled devil's power on her sister, the War Devil. Fans are now excitedly looking forward to the next week's chapter, where many suspect that Nayuta and Yuru will square off against one another, possibly with Denji caught in the middle, while many expect him to side with Nayuta. Yuru's having just made out with Denji might be enough to sway the young teenage hero.